Okay, so we're going to treat these trigger points. The correct positioning is to put the arm so that it lies next to your body, which pulls the scapula out of the way and exposes the trigger points. In fact, when I do ischemic pressure, I do this with somebody lying down. I don't do it with him standing up, and I use exactly this setup. Now, rhomboids are tiger country. The rhomboid sits directly over the ribs, and deep to this is the lung. So you have to be very careful using needles in this area. And what you need to be super aware of is where each rib runs. So the rib is going to arise from the vertebra, and it's going to run across the back in this direction. The triggers are very commonly directly over a rib. It's just one of those lucky things. So the way that I find it, I find the trigger, I absolutely have my finger on either side of the rib. The rib is running between me, and I can feel the space in between. The rib is higher. I place my needle away from the needle, away from the trigger, towards the center of his body. I place the introducer along the line of the rib. Drop the needle in, give it a tap. I'm now in the skin. I have clearly delineated where my rib is. I angle the needle so that it's going as much of an angle along the line of the ribs as possible. This is a very superficial muscle. You just have a very thin trapezius, and then you have the rhomboid underneath it. And I run in that direction. I will find the trigger because it's not a big fat muscle, and I search for the trigger, making absolutely sure that I'm running over the rib itself. Once I find the trigger, I know that because I feel some needle grasp. He jumps. Once I'm there, I twist it just to give a little bit of extra stimulus, and I leave the needle in for 10 minutes.